Welcome to the Grizzled Geek review for Captain Marvel. I'm Mike.
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Doug.
And we're here. We just got back watching Captain Marvel. It's fresh in our minds. Yeah. It's like we like to do reviews before we pick the movie apart too much by thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know,
We'll think about it right now.
We'll think about it right now. Exactly. Our initial thoughts, the whole bit. As per usual, we're going to run this spoiler-free in the beginning. When you see the big spoiler warning, assuming this video is edited correctly, that should warn you to look away if you've not watched this movie. Go out and check it out, which I would recommend doing. So this movie had a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
There was a lot of controversy surrounding the star.
Yeah, let's put it in perspective. Brie Larson had a lot of controversy.
Yes.
And this movie isn't controversial except that she's the star.
Yeah, people that can't separate the artist from the art.
Yeah.
You know, and even then, there was a lot of. And then on the other side, there was a lot of trolls making a bunch of crazy reviews to tank this movie.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we'll get into it, but it was a lot of crazy stuff. Like if you believe it, then maybe you shouldn't go see the movies. But there was a bunch of crazy stuff. I can tell you right now, with the lines at the movie theater, that it had very little impact.
Yeah.
There was four shows.
This movie's gonna be fine.
All sold out.
Yeah.
Big line. All right, so let's start off. Kirsten, do you like this movie?
I don't know how I feel about it.
Fair enough.
It wasn't what I expected, but I don't think that I could have expected what we got.
Yes. It was surprising.
Yeah.
There were surprises in the movie, definitely. Doug.
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah, it's a good. I would say it's a Marvel movie. So if you go in expecting a Marvel movie, you're going to be fine. I would say it's a high B tier Marvel movie. It's not going to hold a candle to Winter Soldier.
Oh no.
You know, the last two Avengers. It's not going to hit, Thor Ragnarok. It's not going to hit that. Those are my A tier movies.
Right.
It's
so out of the origin movies, because this is what this is. Those are sequels or the Avengers movies.
Sure.
They're kind of on a different level. So of the origin movies for Marvel, how does this rank?
middle of the tier.
Middle of the tier? Okay.
I mean, again,
a better would be like Iron Man 1 and...
Yeah, I mean...
One was that great, though.
Really?
It's not my top. I think Captain America, the first Avenger...
This was better than Captain America, in my opinion. The origin
See, now we're getting down to it.
Yeah.
Now we're getting down to it. All right.
See, now I would put First Avenger as the top of the
origin stories?
Top of the origin stories, partly because Captain America is one of my favorite characters.
I would say this. I like First Avenger, but I think its sequels elevated that movie.
Yeah,
I think Winter Soldier and Civil War, the fact that we love that character is beloved at this point, that you go back and look at First Avenger and you're like, I like that character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, for all Marvel movies to a degree, especially origin ones, these movies are character studies with action and Marvel humor in it. So you're going to get all of that you expect. And this, much like Thor, all Thor movies, because of her power level, that is one thing you can say is that this movie doesn't ever feel like there's stakes in the sense of there's any real no harm is going to come to her.
Yeah.
You're never in doubt that she's going to be able to win.
Are you
all
calling
of them.
Captain Marvel and Mary Sue?
No, not at all. She is a perfect representation of what her character is in the comics.
Yes.
And I mean, that's like saying Thor is a Mary Sue, but yeah. I mean, but they put them up
He's
against...
a very pretty Mary Sue. He's better looking than
Larson. Well,
But...
where was I? Yeah, you're
thinking about Thor now, aren't you?
No.
He's thinking about Thor right now. Put that in his head.
Yeah, I mean, they're that elevated power level that, there's nothing really that's going to beat them except for psychological or, story elements that have nothing to do with their physical power level.
Right.
And that's, much like, that's not what this movie is about, is how powerful she is.
Right.
That's just kind of a side effect. They Well, and that's spoil. We'll get into the
We'll
spoilers,
get into the spoilers part, yeah.
later. But anyways, it's
I will
a
say,
good
yeah,
movie.
towards the end of the movie she is, but I would say I wouldn't say so much in the beginning, but I don't know. I would put it up there. I think I'm running like Doctor Strange level, right? Good movie, but not like it's not changing. It's not like a Black Panther.
No,
Like, like as far as origin stories go, and Black Panther wasn't really an origin story because they didn't get into the origin because he already premiered in. Yeah. Just like Black Panther and Spider-Man are unique in that they debuted in another movie, and that enough people knew those characters they didn't bother with the origin story. So it's not really origin story movies, but yeah, I mean, I got to admit I was a little worried with all the negative criticism, right? Now I wasn't like I didn't buy into all the trolls and stuff like that, right? But there was a lot of people upset about this movie that weren't just trolls, right? So I was like a little worried, and some of the reviews that came in were kind of meh. Yeah. But I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I would. Going into it, Captain Marvel was never one of my favorite characters, right? Yeah. Maybe when she was Miss Marvel in the Avengers part, that's the most I knew about her, right?
See, and I actually first was introduced to her as Binary.
Yeah.
So, I didn't really... All I knew of her as Miss Marvel was that Rogue got her powers.
Rogue got her powers, yeah. I'm like...
So then Rogue's when she came back as Binary and was like, I want to get my powers back, or, punish you for that.
As powerful as she is, she better watch out. Rogue's coming to the MCU.
Yeah. That's funny. All right.
But yes, that's why in the cartoon and in the comics, Rogue's a tank. She's bulletproof and super strong, can fly.
Right, yeah.
That's all Captain Marvel powers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That she had. So... I don't know. I mean, I would say, Brie Larson. We know she can act. She's got an Oscar. How did you think she did in here? What do you think?
I liked her.
She did really well.
Yeah, I liked her. I liked her Fury's relationship.
Yeah. I know you were worried about Fury being too soft in this. What about how do you?
Yeah,
how you
I
think?
mean, yeah, I. It was fine for the story because he wasn't the focus, and he got a few moments, but he was a little too comedic sidekicky. For there. Here's the thing: if they had actually, in one scene it's not a big deal, so I don't think this is a real spoiler. Is if there's the one scene when they get into it with the Kree soldiers. If he had kicked some butt there, I would have been okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine.
Kree are stronger, and
they are, but he's.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He was in it a lot more than I thought he would be. It was really much a buddy cop movie for most of the movie.
It was. That's true.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I expected him to show up. I expected him to have maybe a little bit more than Coulson had, screen time wise. But I didn't expect him to be in the entire movie.
Right.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I liked it. I mean, I think I won't get into my favorite character until spoilers, but Brie Larson. She was like everyone was worried about, she's not, she have her smile. She's not charismatic enough. All this kind of thing. I thought she was just fine in the movie for the character she's playing, especially right. And her strength of character and her personality is what the reason why she's a badass. Why she succeeds as a hero, and I think. They made her a smartass, which I liked.
Yeah.
So that was cool. She does smile. She laughs in the movie. So all you people that are worried about her not smiling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, when you see all of the promotional stuff where she's not smiling, there's a reason. There's a story reason she's not smiling all the time. So, I mean, go with that,
Yeah. I will say, and we'll get to that in spoilers, but the Annette Bening's role kind of surprised me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think there's going to be two polar opposite groups of people who are upset with this film. Yeah. One is, the people who are all like, Brie Larson, she's, troll, blah, 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 whatever. Right. And then there's going to be the hardcore people who are like, you did what? That's not how it was in the comics. Blah!
Well, yeah. I mean, but Marvel, people should be using Marvel changing stuff from the comics.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, but this was pretty dramatic.
There was a lot of changes. I will say,
some dramatic
if I had some criticism, if we're getting into the criticism part, I would say that because it is a movie in the past, anytime you have a time travel, it wasn't time travel, but it takes place before events, you have a chance of screwing up continuity, right? And so there are a few things, and the more I thought about it on the way home, there were a few things that, I mean, if you don't think about it too much, there's always going to be continuity errors when you have a prequel.
Yeah.
Right? They're not blaring, right? But they do make some changes, and they do reveal some things about the Marvel Universe that you're like, okay, is it too much coincidence, or is it, is it fine? If you go in there and enjoy the movie for what it is, I think it's fine. I think there will be people that will be upset with some of the reveals about the Marvel past and some of the, I don't want to say retcons, but some things don't quite. I'll mention a couple of them when I get to spoilers. But yeah, I mean, I think people will have that problem, right? The comic fans like, well, they changed this from the comic, and they kind of retcon this from the Marvel storyline.
Right. Yeah.
So, or they, kind of coincidentally, this is why this is in the Marvel storyline.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know. You're probably the least, well, you're positive, but the least positive review of the three of us here. Yeah. What did you have issues with, non-spoilery?
I think that I don't know what to call it, but the general feeling of the movie kind of jumped back and forth between serious and not serious. It was so cool that I wanted it to be a little serious, but every serious moment that I finally got to was immediately broken up with humor. And I like to laugh, but I also like a good story.
Right.
And if I'm getting into the story, I don't want to be broken up for some goofy joke or
right.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel's is notorious for injecting humor in there, and usually it fits, right? I mean, this is not like Thor Ragnarok where it was mostly humor with some little seriousness.
Right. Yeah.
This was a lot of seriousness with some humor, but then I can see. I mean, that's probably a writing thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it just felt out of place. Like they were trying to show this side of who she is, but in the wrong places. Like they couldn't figure out where to put it, so they were just like, just throw in this joke here, and we'll do
we want to show
here.
she's a real smart ass, so let's throw in this little comment here.
That seemed a little bit out of place given the circumstances.
Yeah, exactly.
In the movie, I can see that. Yeah. I don't know. I found some really funny moments. I don't know. What about you, Doug? What's your negatives? Non-spoilery.
You know what? I don't really have any glaring negatives.
Other than too powerful, there was no stakes.
No, I don't even think I don't think that was a negative. I'm not saying that's the lack of mortal stakes wasn't what was important. It was the mental journey that was going on, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. It's it's the same thing with the Hulk and Thor in a movie together. You're like, well, what are the stakes here? I mean, they did make a really over-the-top bad guy for them.
Yeah.
But still, even then, you're like, they're going to be fine.
There was no over-the-top bad guy here.
To be fair, we really didn't have to worry about things like their lives being at stake until the Avengers movies most recently.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, okay, I guess they can actually get killed.
Yeah. So, but yeah, otherwise there was nothing glaringly out there. It's just a kind of general, that was interesting. I'm trying to think of a specific example of something where I was like, oh, I didn't really care for that. Fury was probably it. Yeah. How they treated Fury in the movie was just, and it's not his movie, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But I would have liked him to give us a little sign to how he got to be as
badass,
as hardened and awesome as he is. And I mean, they didn't even show any hint of his I've got contingencies for everything kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or even why he might have gotten to that point.
Right.
They don't even address that.
Yeah.
Right.
I get they were trying to show that she was a smartass. She needed to have someone to be a smartass with. But
play off of.
Yeah, but I feel like there were better ways to do it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, one of the drawbacks for me, and not really a big drawback, but the fact that Coulson didn't have as big a spot in it as I would have liked Coulson to have.
Yeah, although I did like that he pointed out he's the new guy.
He's the new guy, yeah.
He's the new guy, so.
Right. He had one cool scene with Fury and them.
Yeah.
That showed who Coulson is as a person. Like, okay, that's Coulson.
Right.
We know who he is. And you notice that just to throw it out there, because I'm a total nerd. Fury's level 3 clearance, right?
Oh yeah.
And during the Avengers movie, Coulson's level 6. He becomes level 7 when he takes over when the Shield series starts.
Okay.
Right? Which 6 is supposed to be like the highest, but if anyone knows about.
Right. Yeah.
Anything above that secret.
Uh-huh.
But, so Fury's level 3. So at this point, he's like middle management.
Yeah.
Right.
He's,
Right.
Yep.
But still pretty impressive. All right.
Move on to spoilers.
Let's get on to spoilers because I got a lot to say about this movie. That's why I really ran. I flip on you. No, I hated it. No.
Yeah.
All right. So spoilers going from here forward. Hopefully there's a spoiler graphic. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoiler time. I want to jump on something you said about the stakes.
Okay.
And it is true because in the beginning of the movie, she's not as powerful yet. She hasn't unlocked her full potential of her powers.
Right.
Right.
And the scrolls are no match for her.
Yeah.
Right. She can whip scrolls.
Yeah.
And then by the time the real bad guys are revealed, she's fully powerful, and they're no match for her.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. There's never anything that can really challenge her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, she does get captured at one point. So and then. Yeah, I mean,
she gets captured twice and breaks out on her own twice.
Yep.
Because she don't need no one to save her.
Yeah.
She's badass. But I'm saying, like, of her own power. That's what I'm saying. There wasn't really any real stakes. I mean, she takes out. I mean, there was never, like you said, they had some over the top bad guys to face off against Hulk and Thor.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
They do not in this.
They do
she
not.
does not have any over the top.
Like that kind of has to do with what, like, the message they have for her, though. Like they said in the middle of the movie, "Don't become your biggest enemy" or something like that. So I feel like that's like the whole kind of portrayal is that no one's going to be tougher than you are to yourself, and she had to overcome her own like conception of herself to be able to unlock that full potential. Yeah,
I did like the whole montage, the standing up montage that kind of people made fun of in the trailers for some reason, but I was like, I like that montage because it was like, her unlocking her power through her force of will, realizing that she is that strong a person. She doubted herself the entire time.
Right.
Right? But then realized through her entire life because she kept failing. But then had a little flashback montage of her. Every time she failed, she got back up.
Right.
She didn't give up. So that just shows who she is as a person and that she is that strong-willed.
Yeah.
Right.
So I like that montage. I like that little aspect of it. I really liked Monica Rambeau. I liked her partner. Even she wasn't.
No, that was a Monica. Monica's the girl.
Monica's the girl. I liked her mother.
Yeah,
her best friend.
Whose name I'm not.
Call sign Photon.
Marie
Rambeau. Yeah,
maybe I don't.
I think it is.
Okay.
But yeah, so in the comics, her daughter goes up to be Photon, who has light-based powers and goes by Captain Marvel at one point.
Yeah.
So
that's cute.
And she'll be about the right age by the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking
So
that as we were watching at the end, I was like, how convenient that she'll be back
Yeah.
in about 10 to 15 years.
Yep.
And
Yep. And then so Photon will be all, or well, not Photon, but Monica.
Right. Yeah.
Or she'll be all grown up. So there's at least a little hint at that. The other Captain Marvel. So that's cool. I liked that interaction between her and her friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Well, and that's the whole the stakes of the movie are all emotional.
Yeah.
They're all mental,
stakes.
emotional stakes. She doesn't remember who she is and all that, so she has to, deal with the whole fallout. And I loved the switch. This is what people in the the hardcore comic fans are going to be upset about.
Yeah.
But I love the switch that Jude Law, who we all assume was going to be playing Mar-Vell, is not Mar-Vell.
No.
Annette Bening is.
Annette Bening is Mar-Vell. And the
Supreme
Intelligence.
And, the Supreme Intelligence just takes the form of whoever you most admire or whatever. That's fine. That was a cool little bit.
I kind of wanted it to devolve into the Blob Supreme Intelligence in the comics.
The brain.
When she was messing it up, and
that would have been awesome.
I would like to have seen a glance at the comic book version of the Supreme Intelligence as a big blob.
And the great thing about the twist is not only is he not Mar-Vell, she is. He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
He
that
plays
was
Jan
very
Robb.
cool.
So, and he is an antagonist in the comics. So,
yeah.
that was a great switch.
Yeah.
And the other big switch in the movie is the Skrulls aren't the bad guys.
Yeah.
They switched the Kree of the bad guys.
Oh, yeah. The Kree have already won the Kree Skrull War at this point, and the Skrull are all fugitives.
Refugees. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great. I know some people are going to, oh, but now we can't, blah, blah, blah. You know, we can't have Skrull invasion and stuff like that, which is not necessarily.
There's a bunch of them out there.
You could have secret. Yeah, there's one group. I like the fact that they then portray them as not this monolithic evil race.
Yeah. Yes, they actually have personality.
In the comics, they largely are.
They are.
You know, they're just this monolithic.
Generic bad guy number one. Yeah. They actually have personalities. They actually have goals, and they're cool. I actually like.
Yeah. I thought so too.
The Skrulls were really cool in this, especially Ben Mendelsohn, his character, who we all thought was the big bad guy. The whole thing. He is my favorite character.
He was pretty awesome.
He's your favorite character in the whole thing.
He's my favorite character in the whole
thing.
Is Ben Mendelsohn the Skrull? Talos the Skrull?
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Did you notice if you go back, once you've got, hit the mic there. Once you go back from that revelation to the beginning of the movie, that guy who was talking to Mirage, is it? No, not Mirage. The sniper.
Minerva.
Minerva. The one talking to Minerva was telling the truth.
Yeah.
They're just, they're just hungry.
Yeah.
They're just,
Yep.
So that was an interesting.
That's
true.
Interesting. Because that guy could have killed her instead of stopping her from shooting the other ones, and he didn't.
Yeah.
He stopped her. So he tried to keep the ruse up, to save everybody. So the Skrulls are not the bad guys, which is an awesome revelation given the whole thing. And if you follow the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series, the Kree are the bad guys in that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So those of you who are. Not to harp on old news, but if you're a Last Jedi fan, this is how you subvert expectation and don't ruin a movie.
And don't ruin a movie. Yeah, exactly.
You take something that's like, it makes total sense that not all Skrull are bad guys.
Yep.
And then you flip how they are in the comics.
I like that they had Ronin and the Accusers.
Yeah.
That was interesting that, just their fleet are accusers.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, interesting, okay.
Yeah, they're the hammer for the army. They're
right. Yeah.
Or they're more like the Inquisitors. I guess. Yeah, they're the
glass the planet.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
case,
Skrulls on the planet, they just destroy it.
Bomb the planet.
Yes. So that was cool.
I also loved that it felt like real Space Invaders. Like they had like the actual pinball machine, and then she jumps into space and has to pew pew pew.
Yeah, it has to stop the missiles that are coming down.
Yeah. Well, not just the missiles, like ships.
Shooting all the ships.
Ships that came out. She was like pew 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 pew.
And it's totally right. I didn't realize that until just now. That is so totally cool. Space Invaders.
And the great thing about that battle is they don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
They know she's way overpowered, and they just have fun with it. She even goes like belly flops into a ship right through it, boom, and she's like, woo!
Yeah.
Because she's just discovering how powerful she is, and she's going, this is fun, kind of thing.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Go with it.
I love the 90s soundtrack.
Yes.
I got to say, the music, people are like, if you didn't grow up in the 90s, or around during the 90s. I didn't grow up in the 90s, but I was around. Right. I love the 90s. You grew up in the 90s.
It was a good time.
Yes. Yeah. So, it was, the music was awesome. And they hit a jukebox during fights, so they had the songs playing during the fights. So it was great. They had a soundtrack to her kicking butt. So, and it was a great soundtrack. So this is one of the movie soundtracks I'm going to be looking up after. But yes. The 90s sound was awesome. The whole 90s, ton of 90s references.
Yeah.
A great joke about them waiting for something to load up on the.
What are we doing?
All of everybody from space is looking at the now what? So they're loading it. They're loading a disc into a computer, and it's a 90s computer, so you have to watch the bar go up as it's loading.
All right, I missed the video she picked up in the video store. Did you guys?
Oh, I didn't see it. No.
Oh, it was The Right Stuff.
The Right Stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So I knew it was important or something, but I didn't quite catch it. Geez, it was. I really liked the movie. Like I said, my only complaint, like I said, there wasn't not really a complaint. She didn't have any, big threat to her.
Right.
But I liked her character. I liked Fury. I will say this: there was some, like I said, the biggest thing now that I get
Continuity stuff. Let's do the continuity stuff. What are you talking?
All right, continuity stuff. There was a few things like we found out, that Benny had a Tesseract and all that.
Oh, right.
Which it all fits in because we don't know. We know at one point Tony Stark fishes the Tesseract out of the ocean, or
his father.
His father. What's his name? Jeez, what's his name?
Richard?
No.
I forget.
Man, forget Tony Stark's father's name. All right. Anyway, he fishes out the Tesseract out of the ocean when they're looking for Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
And then next time we see it is the end credit scene for Thor when Loki sees it in S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters.
Yeah.
And he's posing as Dr. Selvig. Right? So, you don't remember that? When he walks by and he goes, ooh. He walks by a mirror, it's Loki.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
And it's like, that's...
I don't think Loki was pretending to be him. I think Loki was seeing through him.
Okay, yeah. Whatever. He noticed the Tesseract. So,
yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of convenient stuff. We learned how Nick Fury loses an eye.
Right.
Which I'm not sure that's the greatest origin for it,
but
it's okay.
But
it's fine.
I liked it. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It would be.
I can see where people... Something dumb. He doesn't ever tell anybody how he lost his eye.
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to bring it up. Doesn't want to talk about it. Just move past it.
I'm with Shane a little bit, though. He laughed that off a little too quickly with that. But here's one thing. He loses an eye back when he's a level 3. And then there was a key plot point in Winter Soldier where they didn't erase the retinal scan of his messed up eye, that he unlocked top level security clearance stuff at the end of Winter Soldier with his messed up eye, which means that retinal scan was back before he lost his eye when he was only a level 3, middle management guy. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to be way deep nerd for this to matter to anybody. But there are little things like that if you start thinking about it too hard.
Well, no, you can explain that away with nobody bothered to remove his retinal scan as his security clearance went up.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't,
They didn't update his messed up eye?
Yeah. But I actually never thought of it that way. I always thought of that as he built in a backdoor that's specific to that bad eye that you can't do with it. They couldn't do with his other eye.
Yeah, no one would care about that retinal scan because
yeah. So
okay, maybe
So that was a secret. I always saw that as a secret backdoor he built in.
Yeah, there you go.
So.
There's some things like that, but then there's if you think too hard about a lot of the things, it's like, well, that's convenient, that it happened that way, or
Yeah, but I don't see it as that's convenient. That's I love how they wove that into the backstory.
Right.
Something that's already happened.
It's one of those things where it's a little too not quite like Back to the Future level of convenience.
Yeah.
That kind of coincidence.
Yeah, what part of this minute do you need to hit the tower?
Yeah. But, enough of it that I could see there'd be some complaints, along with the kind of complaints where okay, well, this is not right, how it was in the comics and that kind of thing.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. Changing Marvel, I don't care, right?
Yeah.
Marvel was never a great character. I mean...
And you're not going to... wasn't his power inborn, or was he wielding the quantum bands or whatever?
No, quantum bands later on, and so he's... Yeah.
I forget. I don't know where he got his powers. Were they born in, or was he a mutant Kree?
He was a mutant Kree. They had a special science experiment Kree.
Yeah.
They had all their special... She got her powers from the Tesseract. So
essentially in this, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Although they've made a point of saying, she's she's going to be like the most powerful person we've had in the MCU or so. But she's got her powers from the same place that Scarlet Witch and Vision have their powers from.
Yeah.
So you would think that would put them on a relatively similar level.
So talk about the Tesseract, how she got her power from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had the full blast. She's part Kree. That's why she's got, she's strong and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Endurant. Yeah.
So she's special in that, she's part human, part Kree, and she took the full-on blast of the Tesseract.
Right.
Well, not the Tesseract itself, but an engine
built by the Tesseract.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was like streaming the
power into her.
Tesseract, right? Yeah.
Like she absorbed it all. Like all the cosmic energy she absorbed, it didn't dissipate. She absorbed it all.
Right.
So that's why she's so powerful.
Yeah.
But for everyone's like, oh well, yeah, she's gonna come in and wipe the floor with Thanos. Like, well, Thanos has the stone that gave her power.
Yeah,
I'm like,
true.
just like hey, chilling on his broken gauntlet, just like, oh,
Right.
Yeah.
And the full power, technically.
yeah. So yeah. So
Although
like,
his gauntlet's messed up, so he's
Sure.
gonna be back.
even if you had to take even if you had to take the stones out one at a time and use them,
yeah.
he's still.
I don't think anybody's going to be a one-on-one
No.
threat to him.
No.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, even Thor caught him off guard,
Yeah.
so it wasn't like he just said, "Hey, let's duke it out." He's like,
Right.
"Nope," threw it, and he's
There,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, wait."
Like, what's going on? Oh. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. We get the little end teaser. Let's talk the end teaser. All right. Well, the end one is just.
It's just silly.
Cat.
It's
It's
the
Oops.
cat. Oh, it's okay. Let's talk about the cat real quick.
Yeah.
So
The Flurgan.
the Flurgan.
He is a Flurgan.
Yes.
For those of you who are
Who are
wondering.
wondering-
Sorry, I keep hitting my
Yeah.
mic.
I'm just messing up the audio all over the place.
Sorry.
So yeah, he is the Flurgan from the comics.
Yeah.
Although in the comics he's what? His name is
Chewie.
not Goose. They give him Goose because of Top Gun.
Yeah. Go with the pilot.
Go with
the
the-
pilot theme there. But
Yeah, everything's pilot themed, Top Gun
Makes
references all over the place. So, but yeah, he's Goose in the movie, but he's still the same cat, still the same alien with the extra dimensional
Although,
inside.
funny enough, it's not her cat.
No, it's Fury's
not-
cat.
Yeah, they just
In fact,
presumably
she has very little. I don't think she ever touches the cat.
no.
Like the scrolls touch the
Yeah,
cat.
she says bad. She says bad kitty and
Oh,
takes
bad
him off
kitty,
the
takes-
controls
yeah.
at some
Oh,
point.
that's right, yeah.
But that's it.
That's the only time she touches the cat.
Yeah.
That's Fury's cat.
Yep. And presumably it was
It was
Marvel's.
Marvel's
before.
Fury's or is the cat Fury's?
That's
cat?
true. Is Fury a cat's pet?
Yeah, there you go.
Just like a regular cat.
Right, true.
Yeah.
Only this one can eat you.
Yes. Which it does a few.
I'm just hoping there's a scene between Goose and Rocket because in the comics,
Oh my god.
in the
yes.
comics they have they're rival. They hate each other.
Oh really?
So-
I could see that. I could totally see that. That would be amazing.
Yes. So just one scene. I don't care. Just one scene of them arguing.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
You walk in with like the cat meowing and
Yeah.
Rocket having a legitimate argument with
That's
it.
right. Yeah.
Don't you call me that?
Getting ready to shoot it and someone has to
Right.
drag him away. So yes, that would be awesome. Yeah. A lot of people are saying the cat stole the show. I think it was just the right amount of the cat.
Yeah.
I don't think there was in there too
I
much.
mean, yeah, it had a couple of funny moments with
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the ship and
Yeah.
It
eating
wasn't too
people and
much, though.
stuff,
Swallowing Tesseract.
swallowing the Tesseract, which was great. Yeah.
Uh,
And that's the end credit scene. Is it spitting it back up?
coughing it up like a fur ball.
Yeah.
And then cleaning himself just like a cat.
Yeah. It was pretty-
But the middle credit scene was a straight up Endgame scene.
Yeah.
yes, it
Yes.
is lead into Endgame.
Yep. where, spoiler alert, Captain Marvel shows up in the Avengers headquarters.
Yeah.
So they're wondering how she shows up. Well, we get to see it at the end of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I was hoping for it.
Yes. So there you go. Captain Marvel shows up in the Avengers from his
Yeah,
beeper.
so yeah, Captain America, Scarlet Witch,
Well,
Rhodes.
You're not Scarlet Witch. You do the same thing I did.
oh yeah,
Black
no,
Widow.
Black Widow,
Played
Rhodes,
by Scarlett Johansson.
played by Scarlett Johansson, yeah. James Rhodes and Bruce Banner
Yeah.
they've got the Fury's beeper and they're
Yeah.
powering it to keep it transmitting and then
Yeah.
it shuts off.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like, why did it shut off? Get it going again. And then she's right behind.
Reboot it.
Where's Fury?
See, I was kind of hoping that the scrolls at the end of the movie, she takes off with the scrolls to find them a new home, and then stop the Kree from hunting them down. Now, I was kind of hoping they'd actually be refugees on Earth, right? So there would be
Oh.
like embedded, there's some scrolls happen to be in Earth.
yeah.
We don't know who they are.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There
That
could
would
be.
Cool.
there could be, yeah. We don't know where they all went,
Guess that's true.
but yeah. I hope we get to see Talos again. He was a cool
He
character.
was cool.
That scroll. It's like, so I'm gonna kick you where the sun doesn't shine. I'm like, am I supposed to guess where that is?
Yeah.
And they both say your butt at the same time. Or your ass.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh.
oh. Or the scene, another funny scene is Fury and his director checking out the scroll's junk.
Oh, yeah.
Like, whoa, over the sheet to check out the scroll's junk. I probably would too if I had alien alien autopsy going on. But yeah, there you have it, folks. it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's not
fun.
It's not top tier. I would say Doug gave it like high B's. I give it a medium to low B's. Still good movie. There's just a lot of good ones, really good ones.
Yeah, it's hard to grade Marvel movies because they're all, if you're going to grade them on a curve, some have to fall to the bottom, but that doesn't mean they're bad movies at any point.
No, because we had a run there. I mean, since Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther and Infinity War, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp, right? Yeah. So we had like 4 really good ones in a row. This one is good. It's just not on like Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War level.
Right.
So.
Well, to be fair, it is the first of
It is the
origin,
first.
So it has plenty of time to become something bigger and better.
Yes. I just hope that, here's the thing, speaking on her power level, they make her a lot more powerful at the end of this movie than she actually is in the comics even. They give her like binary level powers.
Yeah, that's
when she was binary, which was basically what, Herald of Galactus level?
No, well, I mean...
She was.
At one point, she becomes his herald, I think. But she was a brood experiment.
Yeah.
That gave her those powers. But yeah, she's, flying around the cosmos in space, you know.
She doesn't even need her helmet at the end.
Yeah.
I did notice that.
She's just like cruising out in space.
Yeah.
And being able to travel faster than light.
Yeah.
Which is odd because they jump faster than light, but they're looking for a light speed engine.
Right.
To get to another galaxy.
Yeah. Although I don't know they've really not explained how space travel works.
Right. Well, the jump gates are, they've kept that pretty canon, right? Through Guardians of the Galaxy and all the space movies.
But what do those mean? Are they something that's artificial that's been set up in this galaxy? Because it makes it sound like the Skrull want to leave this galaxy and go someplace else.
Yeah. I think the gates are set up because every time, like in Guardians 2 and in this movie, they mention like the closest jump gate is here. So they're fixed. They're stationary.
I don't think they say jump gate. I think they say jump point.
Jump point. So jump point.
So I don't know what that means.
And when there was like a whole bunch of jump points to get to where they're going in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
You can't do that all at the same time.
So who knows? But whatever they're looking for, their Skrulls need to find a home. So I hope we see more of the Skrulls. I think they're awesome. I'm glad we got to see them first in this movie and not in a Fox X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I see potential. So I hopefully we'll see, and they're going to bring on characters that are just as powerful as Captain Marvel. They got the rights to Silver Surfer now, who is more powerful than Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
You're talking about the argument about who's the most powerful hero. Thor. All those. Thor's pretty badass. And so is Captain Marvel, but neither one of them are Silver Surfer. So he's coming to the the Marvel universe. So I think it'd be fine. I like the movie. I think we all like the movie to various degrees. Positive review. It's geek approved.
Go see it.
Go see this movie.
Multiple times.
Not that Marvel or Disney needs your support, but I think they're going to do just fine. But go do yourself a favor, and especially this is the great lead into Endgame.
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
So it sets up a lot of stuff that's going to pay off in Endgame. Yeah. Go check it out. So, all right, guys, thank you very much for listening to us ramble on about nerd stuff, getting really geeky in the comics and Captain Marvel background. Really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave comments down below what you thought of the movie, what you didn't like about the movie. We'll have a conversation about that. Yeah. If you want, please check out our other channel. It's a game channel where we do playthroughs and unboxings and reviews of game stuff. If you want to support the channel and the videos that we do here, they can do that a number of ways, Doug. Yeah, there's a bunch of links down below to our Patreon page, our Amazon affiliate link, our Teespring store. You got some t-shirts. And just jumping on that, the gaming channel, go over there and help support. We've got a video about our friend's Kickstarter. Justice Velocity. Yeah. Action hero game. Action hero role-playing game. We played a session of it. We have a video of that over on our gaming channel and a link to the Kickstarter. So go support them. Support your indie creators. It's a great game, and it's a really good deal. So, all right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.